Okay, so good morning, sisters and brothers in the Dhamma. Today, I would like to share with you how to practice Buddhanusati, recollection of the virtues of the Buddha. Recollection the virtues of the Buddha. We all know Buddha got how many virtues? How many virtues? 9 is too few. Buddha has innumerable or countless virtues, but this 9 is the most prominent one. So before we recollect the virtues of the Buddha, we must understand what are these 9 virtues first. If not, how are you going to recollect? Right? So this is the first step. You should understand what are the 9 virtues of the Buddha. So we will help you to remember first. You turn to page 9. So I want you to recite both English and Pali and English, right? Both English and Pali and English first, so that you can then after that I will explain 3 out of the 9 virtues for you, because today I don't think I have enough time to finish all. Okay, so please recite together. Ito bhagava arahang samma sambuddho Vichacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma eva manusanang buddho bhagavati. Okay, then come back to the English one. He, the blessed one, is indeed the pure one, the perfectly enlightened one. He is impeccable in each one, the knower of the worlds. He trains perfectly those who wish to be trained. He is teacher of gods and humans. He is awake and holy. Okay. So 9 virtues. First is arahang. It is arahang. First virtues. Second, Samma Sambuddho. Third, Vichacharana Sampanno. Fourth, Sugato. Fifth, Lokavidu, knower of the knower of the worlds. Sixth, knower of the knower of the worlds. Sixth, Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarati. He trains perfectly those who wish to be trained. 7. Sattha Deva Manusanang, the teacher of gods and humans. Anang, the teacher of gods and humans. 8. Buddho. Buddho means awakened to the truth. Then Bhagava, the holy or blessed one. So this 9. These are the 9 virtues of the Buddha. So this 9. These are the 9 virtues of the Buddha. And in order for me to explain in minute detail, all 9s are not possible. But I have written a book in Chinese as in English, but the English is in the process. I think coming soon in this year. So if you have time, please read in detail. You understand, once you understand the meaning, the virtues of the Buddha, then you will have lots of joy, happiness. When you recite like that without thoroughly understand the meaning of these 9 virtues, the faith, joy and happiness still cannot arise in your mind. Okay, so today I would like to explain 3 out of the 9 first for you of the Buddha. Number 1 is Arahan. We always say that I want to become Arahan. Arahan Pachayo Hotu. I want to become Arahan. What is the meaning of Arahan? arahang. Arahang, arahang means arihata. Arihata, arahang. Ari means enemies. Hata means kill. So arahang means the killer of the enemy. So arahang means the killer of the enemy. Then you may say, we Buddha abstain from killing. Then who are the enemies we want to kill? Definitely our inner enemies. Definitely our inner enemies. What are the enemies we have? What are the inner enemies we have? Countless, right? Jealousy, competition, cruelty, anger, competition, cruelty, anger, greed, covetousness, stinginess, wrong view, sloth and torpor, restlessness, ignorance, greed, attachment, and so on. Are countless. So our inner enemies are also countless. So arahang, arahang means killer of all the inner enemies. We must understand. Buddha talked about suffering. Have you ever asked yourself where the suffering comes from? Imagine now, I get very angry. Do I suffer? Yes. Imagine now I get so attached to something and I want to get it. Without getting it, I cannot sleep well. Imagine now I'm jealous of other people's achievement until I cannot fall asleep, until I cannot sleep soundly. So do I suffer? Yes. So I suffer because of what? Simply because of my inner defilements. Therefore, arahang, Buddha is arahang. Buddha has killed all the inner defilements. This is the most important task for all Buddhists to do. Important task for all Buddhists to do. When there's no more defilement in the heart, the mind is pure, the mind is free, and the mind is truly happy. So when you recite arahang, mentally you recite arahang, 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 then you should understand the meaning of arahang, the killer of the enemies, and try to imagine how peaceful, how happy, and how pure is the mind of the Buddha. When you keep on reflecting in this way, then the joy, happiness, faith, respect will arouse in your mind. Then gradually you gain concentration. By joy, happiness, and faith, then concentration develops in you. Then concentration develops in you. Okay? The second meaning of arahang is, since Buddha has eradicated, uprooted all the defilements, is he deserve our respect? Yes. Not only human beings, our respect. Yes. Not only human beings, also by gods. Therefore, arahang, another meaning of arahang is, he is worthy of respects and offerings by all gods and men. By all gods and men. So if in Christian you are surprised, why God has to pay respect to the Buddha? Because in Christian God is number one. But in the teaching of the Buddha, we all know gods are also impermanent. The life of God is never eternal. The gods also got defilements. So in the Buddha's time, many people come down Many gods come down to the human world and tell Buddha, they are obsessed Buddha, how to get rid of all defilements. So one person is worthy of respect simply because their mind have devoid, their mind have no more defilements. Therefore, there are no more defilements in his mind. He is completely pure. Therefore, he is worthy. He is worthy of respect by all gods and human. When Buddha wanted to pass away, so he lied down between two sala trees. At the time, the sala flower dropped from the trees out of season. Sala only blossoms. Flower time is out of season. Even yet, the sala flower blossom and drop on the body of the Buddha, just to show the respect. And in the God in the sky, before Buddha want to world, then the sky or many gods sprinkle sandalwood, the fragrance, to pay just the honor to the Buddha. And after Buddha passed away, King Asoka, we must have gratitude. We should have gratitude towards King Asoka. Because of King Asoka, he sent many Dhamma Dutta to the Southeast Asia. Therefore, the Dhamma is able to handle down in our country, in Thailand, in Laos, Burma, Malaysia, and so on. And King Asoka built many thousands of stupas. Vihara, and also the statue, Asoka statues, with 4 lions all over the India, just to show respect to the Buddha. Therefore, worthy of respect by all gods and men. So, Arahant got 5 meanings, but I think these 2 should be enough for you to recollect. Okay. The second word is Samma Sambuddho. What's the meaning of Samma Sambuddho? Here, the translation say the perfectly enlightened one. I think it does not carry out the exact meaning. Samma mean right, the exact meaning. Samma mean rightly. Rightly. Sang mean himself or oneself. Buddho, awaken to the truth. So Samma Sambuddho mean he awake to the truth rightly by himself, called Samma Sambuddho. Can we get enlightened by ourselves without listening to Dhamma talk? So we never become Samma Sambuddho. Samma Sambuddho means he is awake to the truth rightly by himself without any help from any teachers. That's why Samma Sambuddho. By his effort, he sit under Bodhi tree and he said, even my flesh, my sinew and my blood dry up, I will not give up. I will not stand up until I gain enlightenment. We don't have this type of effort. After you sit half an hour, you want to move already. So we don't have this type of effort. Buddha said, before I gain enlightenment, I will never get up from this seat. Even I sit half an hour, you want to move already. So we don't have this type of effort. Buddha said, before I gain enlightenment, I will never get up from this seat. Even I have to die. So we don't have this type of effort. Therefore, we cannot become Buddha. So we don't have this type of effort. Therefore, we cannot become Buddha. And also, when he sits under the Bodhi tree, without any person's help, without any teacher tell him that please contemplate five anatta, anicca, dukkha, anatta. Please contemplate life is suffering. Please try to investigate the origin of the suffering, which is attachment to the mind and body. There's no sound, no one, and no one tell him, please concentrate on the breath, breathing in, breathing out, and arouse your joys and attain jhana. There's no one give him any instructions. Everything comes from his own wisdom. Everything comes from his own. Then finally, he attained enlightenment. He became the Buddha. And the arising of the Buddha is for our benefit and welfare, not for himself. Not for himself. If he want to get it from the samsara, long time ago, while he was ascetic Sumedha, he had all the qualification to become Arahant already, to get it from Arahant already, to get it from all the samsara, to end all the suffering, to end the dukkha already, long time ago. But he gave up that attainment of Arahant simply because he wants to help us. Therefore, he strive for eons, kapas, many kapas, 100,000 kapas, with his effort, persistent, perseverant, in order to become the Buddha, so that he can preach the Four Noble Truths. Otherwise, we still cannot understand what is Four Noble Truths. Otherwise, we still don't know how to meditate. Otherwise, we still don't know craving is the origin of suffering. Origin of suffering. So recollect the wisdom, compassion. We call it's not ordinary compassion. We call Maha Karuna. So when we reflect the Maha Karuna, great compassion, persistent effort of the Buddha, that point is enough for us to arouse joy, happiness, move, touch, and faith in our mind. Isn't it? Ma Sambuddho. Okay, second virtues. Then we will jump to the number 8 virtue, Buddho. As I have said already, Buddho means awaken to the truth. What is the truth? The truth. What is the truth? The Four Noble Truths. So Buddha, in order to become Arahant, in order to attain Buddhahood, one has to understand and realize the Four Noble Truths. Same thing for us. In order one to become a noble one, we have to realize the Four Noble Truths. So first, we must understand what is the Four Noble Truths. The first one is to have above 30 or 35 or 40, I think you should understand the truth of suffering better than the youngster. And if you your age is older and older, the truth of suffering become more and more apparent to you. You get out from this suffering. Then you come to the Buddha's teaching, because you see the hope in the Buddha's teaching. So what's the truth of suffering? Aging, sickness, birth, aging, sickness, death, separation, whom you don't love. And whom you don't love and every day sit in front of you. Like in your office, the one you hate most is the one who sit in front of you. 8 hours you have to face him. So this is also one type of suffering. And also cannot get what you want. Hours you have to face him. So this is also one type of suffering. And also cannot get what you want. You want to get happiness in life, cannot get. You want to have peace in your mind. No peace at all. You want to get happiness in life, cannot get. You want to have peace in your mind. No peace at all. You want to have healthy body, not sick, but all out of your control. You call anatta, out of your control. All these are produced by causes, and that causes are beyond your control. Therefore, is called non-self. Therefore, is called anatta. And lastly, the 5 aggregate of clinging. Clinging to our mind and body. Aggregate, feeling, aggregate, formation, perception, aggregate, and formation, aggregate, and lastly, consciousness, aggregate. And these 5 aggregates, if appear too difficult for you to understand, it can be summarized. So, we have strong clinging to our mind and body. If there's any changes in our mind and body, then our mind get affected. Our mind get affected very easily. So therefore, clinging, but if you don't cling to the mind and body, whatever happened to the mind and body, you are unmoved. Therefore, then Buddha tells us, what is the cause of suffering for us? What is the cause of suffering for us? Because of our attachment to our mind and body, or our attachment to the existence. We don't want to die. Even we die, we want to have another life, better life. A life in the Deva. After born in Deva again, we also don't want to die as Deva. Or even die, we want to have better life. To completely come to the cessation of existence is something very frightening to us. This is the origin of suffering. And why we want to continue to live? Why? Why? Yes, attachment. Why attach? Why attach? Why? Attachment to mind and body, attachment to existence. Why? Ignorant of what? Ignorant of what? Yeah, ignorance of everything change. Ignorant of there's no eternal soul. Ignorant of everything is out of control. Ignorant of everything is out of control. Ignorant of life is suffering. In short, we did not suffer enough yet. We don't suffer enough yet, therefore we cling to the life. Enough yet, therefore we cling to the life. This very simple answer. How to suffer enough? How to suffer enough? One way is come to meditation. One way is come to meditation. You may surprise, I come to meditation is to achieve peace. How come I come here to suffer enough? When you reach a certain stage of insight and you see things as they really are with life, at that time you are willing to let go, even no one asks you to let go. So for meditation, initially it's suffering, but when you're making progress, it's peace. But finally, you also see more than you achieve eternal peace. Okay. So Buddha has awakened to this truth, the truth of suffering, the origin of suffering, and he also knows the way, the Noble Eightfold Path. And finally, by walking the Noble Eightfold Path, attachment to our mind and body or attachment to existence, continuing want to live, that type of attachment. So once he awake to the truth, then he become the enlightened one, the Buddha, the Buddha. So when you recollect the Buddha, you must have understanding, awaken to the truth. What truth? Then you understand the Four Noble Truths. Then you can recollect little bit the meaning of Four Noble Truths. Then your understanding increase more and more. Understanding increase more and more. Okay, so today I only will share these 3 points, these 3 virtues. And now how should we start? First, because all of us come from your mundane world. Because all of us come from your mundane world, and come here for spiritual cultivation, but the mind is still restless. Therefore, the first thing you should do is keep on reciting in your mind these 9 virtues. If you can learn my heart already, if you already learn my heart, Itipiso Bhagawa Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vicca Charana Sampano, recite again, 10 times, 20 times. Help you to get rid of restless mind first. Otherwise, you want to think Arahang, the mind go to another object. Then you get lost. There's no point doing like that. Therefore, in order to overcome the state of restless mind, we keep reciting first with the 9 virtues of the Buddha first to prevent any agitation or restless mind. So at first, keep on reciting 20 times. Arahang Itipiso Bhagawa Arahang Samma Sambuddho for 20 times. Then after that, we encourage yogis to recite orally. But now we are in a meditation retreat. So inside orally is not possible unless you are alone, right? So you recite in the mind. Then after 20 times, you try to pick up 1 virtues. Let's say Arahang. Then before you can take the Buddha image behind me as object of your contemplation. Now you open your eyes and look at the Buddha image. Contemplation. Now you open your eyes and look at the Buddha image. You see how serene, how peaceful, how pure his mind. So try to recollect, see his face, his serene posture, his face, his compassion, his wisdom, and they never moved. Right? So then after that, then you can, looking at the Buddha image, at the same time, mentally recite Arahang, 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 Arahang. Then gradually, like 1 minute, then you keep reciting in the mind, Arahang, Arahang, Arahang. When you recite Arahang, don't do so fast. If you do too fast, you get tired. But if you too slow, arahang, then you feel sleepy. So arahang, then you feel sleepy. So middle, middle, arahang, arahang. Then when you recite arahang, arahang, your mind must thoroughly understand the meaning of arahang, as I have understand the meaning of arahang, as I have explained to you already. If you just recite arahang without understand the meaning, there will be no joy, happiness, and faith in you. So while reciting, you already understand arahang means what? So while reciting, you already understand arahang means what? Killer of all defilements. So therefore he is peace, happy, pure. So you also can imagine, if I also like arahang, no more defilement, what happy my life is. So you must try yourself, try any method to make yourself happy and joyful. So arahang, arahang, you recite few words arahang, arahang, then you remember the meaning of arahang. Cure of defilements, then respect by all men and gods. So again, you recite arahang, arahang few times, then recollect his meaning. Then after again arahang, 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 then recollect another meaning again. And all the time. All the time your mind get very tired. But once a while, keep that image in your mind. At the same time, recite arahang, arahang, arahang. After sometimes you recollect the image again, then arahang, arahang, and recollect the meaning of arahang again. After 15 minutes, first time you do, you will have a lot of joy, happiness, and faith. But after 15 minutes, joy, happiness slowly go down, come down, slowly disappear. At the time, what to do? I would like to suggest you recollect and to prevent the mind get boring, to prevent the mind losing the joy and happiness. So you reflect, Samma Sambuddho, change to another virtues. Samma Sambuddho, Samma Sambuddho, understand the meaning. He get enlightened by himself rightly without any guidance. He get enlightened by himself rightly without any guidance from other teacher, and he become enlightenment simply out of compassion for us. So keep on reflecting. Sometimes the tear may come up, the tear may drop from your eyes. That's good, and you become enlightenment simply out of compassion for us. So keep on reflecting. Sometimes the tear may come up, the tear may drop from your eyes. That's good, because you are touched by Buddha's compassion. Okay? Then keep on, Samma Sambuddho, Buddho, Samma Sambuddho, with his meaning for 15 minutes. Then if you feel boring again, then you shift to another virtues, Buddho, 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 Buddho. Then you understand the Buddho means awaken to the Four Noble Truths. Only then you will appreciate why awaken to the Buddha, to the truth is called Buddho. So 15 minutes, then all 45 minutes. Okay? Same thing when you do meditation, but since AVMC has no flat land, if you find no place to walk, you can do standing meditation. Stand on the floor, then just recollect arahang, arahang, Samma Sambuddho, or keep on reciting this 9. Or you can find any place to walk, up there, down there, any place you want to walk. If you don't want to walk, you just do standing meditation. Okay, the way of doing is the same, only posture different. When you walk, you also recite arahang, Samma Sambuddho, different. When you walk, you also recite arahang, Samma Sambuddho, Vijja Charana Sampanno, to keep your mind occupied with Buddha's virtues. Okay, And if you feel sleepy, do standing meditation. Okay. And after you spend 45 minutes for these three virtues, Arahant, Samma Sambuddho, and Buddho, and later on, you will feel which one you feel more touching, which one you feel maybe among these three, Buddho, you feel more touch and more joy, happiness, and faith. Then gradually you should stick to only one. You change to another virtues only when your mind get boring, your mind get restless, the mind get not interested. Then you shift to happiness and faith again. This is the way how to do it, skillful way how to overcome your hindrances. Okay, I hope you understand. Okay, thank you.
师父各位师兄师姐，今天师父的这个佛法开示讲题是佛随念那佛有无数无量的功德，佛有无数无量的功德，但是最显著的有这个有9个那我们叫佛陀的9种德行。今天师父讲解的是其中3种德行那师父的种德行那师父的一开始的时候，他有叫我们就是诵念第9页那个经文一地必说，那一边就有9佛的德行那今天因为时间的关系，师父全部详细的讲解是不可能的，所以他是要我们要去读这个佛陀的9种德行中文版的如果我们能够在的9种德行过后，我们在修这个佛随念或者意念这个佛的功德的时候，我们就比较容易能够升起这个信心、喜悦、欢喜跟快乐那就比较容易修下去。所以9种德行的其中3个第一个叫阿拉汉阿拉汉他具有这个杀贼或者杀这个敌人的意思。那佛陀的教法他是不杀生的嘛，但是为什么这一边要说杀人或者贼呢？其实指的是我们内在的这个敌人我们内心的这个烦恼贼那这个烦恼有很多了像贪嗔吝啬这个嫉妒不正之见痴等等，这些烦恼呢都一个嫉妒的话，我们看到别人的成就我们会觉得很苦，这个就是因为烦恼的关系。但是佛陀他之所以被称为这个杀贼，他本身已经灭尽所有的这个内在的烦恼贼这个也是我们所有的佛教徒要跟佛陀学习的这个原因因为我们也想像佛一样能够达到这个完全没有烦恼完全清净充满喜悦跟快乐的这个境界这个，所以我们透过修这个的这个境界这个，所以我们透过修这个佛随念这个我们意念佛这个杀贼的功德，那我们的内心也一样会能够升起这个喜悦跟欢喜那第二个就是第二个含义这个阿拉汉的含义就是应供应该供养的意思，就是他 这个佛他是这个人跟天所应该供养的这一个对象哦。那说天特别是这个相信有这个上帝的这一些信徒，他们觉得这个天是最高最尊贵的对象。可是其实在佛教来看这个天它也是无常的天人烦恼的。那即使像天人他们的福报比较好，他们也会去供养这个佛陀，因为他们知道佛陀他是值得尊敬的，因为佛陀是完全没有这个烦恼，完全清净圆满的。那他在入灭的时候他在这个娑罗双树之间躺下的时候，那个时候并不是娑罗双树开花的季节，可是因为这个佛的入灭为了表达对这个佛的敬意，这个娑罗双树也为了表达对这个佛的敬意，这个娑罗双树也把这个花散落在佛陀的身上，以表示恭敬那当时天上的这个天人也散发这个檀香，向这个佛陀致敬。那这个就是佛他之所以被称为这个人天应供那佛陀他在入灭300年后，阿育王印度的阿育王我们应该感恩阿育王，他对这个东南亚的这个佛教的这个，他也建立了很多的这个佛塔跟这个柱子呢，向纪念佛陀的这个功德跟致敬第二个德行呢叫这个萨玛三不多萨玛就是正确的意思，萨玛就是正确的意思，萨是自己，不多是觉者所以萨玛三不多是这个正智觉者就是佛陀透过他自己的努力取得正确的这个觉悟，我们能够自己取得正觉吗？不能佛陀他不需要任何导师他在菩提树下他在最后在他成佛之前的那一刻，他在菩提树下他发了一个很大的誓愿他说即使他的这个血肉跟生命耗尽假如他不取得这个正觉他就不从这个座位站起来这个是很大的一个精进力。那当时佛陀并没有老师教导他无我的这个道理，也没有老师教导他这个四圣谛和如何观呼吸修安般念。可是佛陀他就这样透过他自己的这个决心跟努力去取得这一个觉悟这个这样的一种决心这个智慧跟精进力他都是因为为了这个众生的利益他不是为了这个自己的利益发这样的一种誓愿想要成就这个佛道。那佛陀他在行菩萨道的时候，其实他在有意识的时候，其实他已经有这个能力可以自己解脱所有的烦恼，可是他为了众生的利益所以他才继续的行这个菩萨道乃至成佛。那成佛过后，因为佛陀的这个教导我们这个机会，像佛陀这样达到这个圆满的觉悟。所以透过这一点我们也看到说，这个佛陀的这个悲心它不是一种普通人的悲心它是一种大悲心那佛陀的这个大智慧如果我们能够去不断的去意念的话，它也能够让我们升起同样的这个信心、喜悦、感动、安详等等的这一个功德这个就是第二个正智觉者的这个德行的含义。也跳到第8个德行就是这个Buddha佛那佛的含义是真理的觉悟者。 他觉悟真理。那这里的真理指的是四圣谛哈，四圣谛就包括了这个苦集灭道哈，那就包括了这个苦集灭道哈。那苦，那师父说年龄越大的人就能够越体会到这个人生的苦。简单来说，人生有什么苦呢？有这个生老病死、怨憎会、爱别离。这个生老病死、怨憎会、爱别离，求不得哦。那怨憎会哦，像我们跟不喜欢的人在一起啊，很不喜欢他，可是偏偏要跟他在一起，那这个是很苦的。那求不得，那我们想要跟他在一起，那这个是很苦的。那求不得，那我们想要这个快乐，我们想要健康，可是这一些都不由得我们主宰。那这样子的一种求不得哈，会为我们带来很大的这个痛苦。那极地讲的就是一个执取哈，这个苦的这个根源，就是因为我们对这个身心的执取。那身心哦，在佛教里面是讲这个五蕴啊，哦，这个色受想行识，我们执取这个五蕴或者这个身心。当这个五蕴或者身心变化的时候，不要改变，可是它就是会改变，那我们就会很苦哈。那这个是第一个哈，我们执取身心。另外一个就是我们会执取这个生命能够不断的延续下去。我们希望这一期的生命能够在生命结束过后，这个生命能够不断的延续下去。那这样子的一种执取希望不断有这个新生命的延续，也是一种苦。那师父在这边问到，有人就回答这个无明无明的确是无明。师父说，就无明让我们没有办法明白不知道这个无常、苦、无我不可主宰的这个道理。然后另外从这个执取当中跳脱这个跳脱出来没有办法解决这个执取，是因为我们对这个苦没有真正的就是体会到这个苦没有真正体会到，没有体会到这个足够的这个苦。所以要怎样去看到这个苦的这个真相呢？师父建议我们来禅修。那禅修，当我们的心训练到一定的这个程度，我们就能够看到这个苦的本质，然后我们就会把这个苦放下。那四圣谛就是这个烦恼彻底止息的这个境界涅槃的这个境界。那要怎样去取得这个灭苦呢？我们就要修这个道谛最后一个四圣谛道谛修这个八正道来灭除我们修这个八正道来灭除我们对这个身心的执取。这个佛陀之所以称为这个佛就是因为他对这个四圣谛彻底的这个透彻，跟圣谛彻底的这个透彻跟体悟。那要修这个佛随念，我们要怎样修那一般上我们来到这个禅堂，我们的内心呢开始都是很散乱的就是很多妄念，我们的心都是还停留在外面。所以我们要把这个我们内心所想的放在这个佛陀的这个9种德行上面。我们可以一开始诵念这个佛陀的9种德行就是这个巴利文里面这个阿拉汉萨玛三不多维加查拉那，一直到这个巴嘎瓦蒂那诵念20次那在内心里面10次那在内心里面诵念就好了不用念出声音来。那诵念20次过后，我们可以 取其中一个德行譬如说这个阿拉汉是我们要意念的这个德行的话，我们就先取这个阿拉汉，然后我们可以看就是我们这个长堂前面的这一个佛像先看这个佛像的这个庄严清净这个佛像里头的这佛它是有这个大慈悲大智慧的，那我们就起这个佛像，然后在内心里面用不快不慢的速度意念这个阿拉汉阿拉汉阿拉汉。那在这样子时接下去我们可以意念这个阿罗汉的德行，就是像之前提到的阿拉汉他具有这个杀劫把所有的这个烦恼劫杀尽的这个德行，他也是这个人天应供我们可以在诵念的同时念这个佛这个杀劫一个人天应供的这个德行那一边起这个佛像来意念。那在这样子做15分钟过后，可能我们开始会喜悦，可是可能15分钟过后我们开始会喜悦，可是可能15分钟过后我们的内心可能会累了或者厌烦了，没有办法继续了。这个时候我们可以换去第二个功德像第二个功德刚才师父提到的正智觉者的这个功德，我们可以接下去意念这个正智觉者他具备的这个德行。那我们这样意念的时候，有时候我们的眼泪会流下来，我们会被佛的这个悲心所感动一样同样第二个德行我们可以用15分钟去意念。那接下去的15分钟我们可以意念这个佛就是刚才师父讲解的第3个功德，就是他佛他是圆满觉悟这一个四圣谛的这一个觉者那一样的我们在行禅的时候也可以做这样的这一种意念，也是同样的方法只是那个姿势不一样那这一边空间用这个站禅就是在站禅的时候做这样的一个练习。那在这样不断的练习过后，那45分钟过后我们可以去看说刚才前面那3个德行哪一个去看说刚才前面那3个德行哪一个是我们比较相应的，哪一个是我们能够比较能够让我们升起这个喜悦跟欢喜心的，我们就可以用其中一个功德把那一个修的时间延长一些不一定要15分钟，就是可以延长去专注在一个德行里面做比较长时间的这个休息。那今天师父的这个开始就到这边。
Any question?
Thank you, Sayalay. Just want to clarify one point, is that for those who have practiced Anapanasati, so when you are using this meditation, should we continue to use the old way of focusing or but at the same time reflect the virtue of the Buddha? Is that the correct way? Because for those who have already practiced Anapanasati, automatically when they sit down,
then you should stick to Anapanasati. You should stick to Anapanasati, but if you should stick to Anapanasati, but if you want to have try a new method, recollection of the Buddha's virtues, if you can let go the breath, if you can let go the breath, you use the Buddha image while recollecting Arahant image in your mind. That can speed up your joy, happiness, and faith. But if you fail, the mind still want to go to the Anapanasati, then the last choice, then you also can breathe in, breathe out, at the same time recollect Buddha's virtues.
Can we do both, like shifting from and then off to?
Shifting, I not very encourage you to do shifting. You can start with Anapanasati for, let's say if you can sit more than 1 hour, then you do Anapanasati for half an hour, purely Anapanasati. Then later on, if you also want to try recollection of, then later on, if you also want to try recollection of the Buddha's virtues, then you start recollect. First, try to let go first. Don't pay attention on the breath first. Try to take this Buddha's image in your mind as a background object, right? Object, right? Then later on, you reflect Arahang, 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 Arahang. The light may come even faster. I don't know. It depends on, which meditation is more suitable for you. But if you really want to try, then let go this first.
Sometimes you find that your concentration is dropping in the Anapanis process. And then when you want to sit longer, although you'll be fighting, trying to bring the concentration. Is it a good time to switch over to this?
Yes, exactly. The skillful way is to shift to Buddhanusati. When the concentration declining and there's no way to increase it again, then let go of that. Go to the Anapanasati. Go to the recollection of the Buddha. You may experience more joy and happiness and progress.
Thank you.
Any other question? Okay, if you don't have question, then we will start. You can do walking outside, or you can do standing inside the hall. Okay. The hall. Okay.